Welcome to Grey County Life on Rogers TV. I'm one of your hosts, Rhonda Brown.
And I'm Mary Jane Murray, and we're celebrating the Christmas season. We're a little lit up here, flashing lights.
I don't know if we want to tell people we're lit, but hey, they might get the wrong impression, but we're definitely in the Christmas spirit.
Well, we are, certainly. There's lots going on in our community and lots of interesting things for people to do. Get out to the craft shows, to the music and the performances that are happening this season. And don't forget the art gallery and the other galleries that we have in our community with all the special events that are going on. And the River District, once again, has a lot going on and a lot of activities. So, I mean, there's so much to do in our community.
Is there ever? And I did get down to see Jackie at the Bay Shore for the Artisans Craft Food Show on the weekend, and wow, what a great turnout they had. They said it was just spectacular. I did get some, don't tell Emerson, I don't think I have to worry about anybody telling him. I did get some hot sauce from Big Mama for the Christmas list, so I'm excited about that. And I have to say too, I got some cream from Donald's Honey. I am in love with the smell. And Woolies.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, I got a few cute treats for everybody for Christmas from Woolies, and a hand soap that is, oh my gosh, it's my new favorite smell. Yeah, can't wait.
Well, it's really important not only to treat others, but we also have to take care of ourselves as well. And if we do something, a little something that's nice for ourselves that just makes us feel good, then we can just share more of the joy with others around us and our family members. So it's really important. Not only are you taking care of the people around you, but you need to take a few minutes and take care of yourself as well.
And that's a hard thing for the people who put Christmases on and holiday events, and the caretakers and the women in our family generally that go above and beyond for making it special for everybody else. So you're right, and it's slowing down, and it's a life lesson that I think we learn more each year.
Well, I think we do. Actually, and now I have 5 grandchildren, which sort of ramp things up a little bit. But this year we've decided to do more interesting things as opposed to gifts. So they do have gifts, but instead of doing a tag, I actually did a word search. So they have to find their name and find the names of all their cousins, and their grandma and the grandpa and all their parents. So this word search, it goes on the package, and so they have something to do after they open the package, is to do the word searches.
That's a great idea.
So yeah, that was fun putting that together. And then we put together a whole bunch of other little puzzle things for them to do while they're there. However, the big request was, Grandma, are you going to have snow? Well, I'm working on it. I really am working on it, because they can toboggan in our backyard.
Yeah, which is fantastic.
And so
boy. Yeah, with the rain this week, it's looking a little dicey. I mean, the dumping that we had was maybe a little too much, but it sure would be nice if we had some snow right at Christmas.
Oh, well, even if there's just enough, to do a base so that they can toboggan in our backyard. And it would be lovely if it was cold enough to have the ice skating rinks, outdoor ice skating rinks available, because they're all skaters and would love to spend some time down at Harrison Park. They have, even though they live in different communities, when they come here, they have a list of places that they want to go. And my sons too like to revisit their childhood.
Yeah, that's the best part about coming home for Christmas.
Well, besides the food. Because they all have their specialties as well. So I think that we plan the best we can, and then we hope for the best weather, and then we go from there.
Yeah. It's definitely a special time when you get to share it with people that you love and enjoy the memories from when you're little. I mean, being a little person and looking forward to Christmas morning and opening presents, and it's a magical time.
Well, and not only that, we as a family always celebrate Christmas early because I want my grandchildren to be in their own home and waking up a Christmas morning in their own home.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important. So the Murray Christmas fun and is always the weekend before.
Yeah.
So they actually get a double round of celebration.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, I do believe. I mean, to me, it's like it's birthday month, Christmas month. It's the entire month of celebrations, always. It's a good way to do it.
So remember your budget. Yes. Remember to take care of your own mental health. Do something nice for yourself, so that, because, as you said, we tend to think about everyone else except ourselves.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's a time for being at home and enjoying those things and a little bit of slowdown. That's the one thing that the pandemic to me has really taught people or reminded people, that it's not about stuff and rushing around and doing things all the time, even though in our heads we've got this list of things that we have to do to make it perfect. That's not what it's about. So you gotta slow down and remember that.
Well, we also have to remember our community neighbors who may not have the same kind of celebrations that we do, and that we give with our hearts, we give with our wallets at this time of year to fund the organizations that are supporting our community neighbors who need a little boost at this time of year. Yeah. And so please think of others beyond your own family and what you can do to help our community. Yeah,
especially if you've got neighbors that are, housebound and maybe don't have family coming. It's important to even just to pop in and say hello at this time of the year so that people aren't alone the whole time. That's kind of nice.
And of course, for those folks who need to enjoy a little Christmas cheer, make sure that you tap into all the Christmas dinners that are being offered out in our community for a little fun, socialization, and a great meal.
Yeah. We'll be back with more Grey County Life.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
It was our 35th anniversary. To celebrate, we were on our way to Mama Rosie's, where we had our first date. That's when we heard coming from the radio. So we stopped and listened. It helped us get to safety. So when I think of our anniversary, because now we have even more to celebrate.
Bipolar disorder.
Substance addiction.
Bulimia.
OCD. Want to swap?
1 in 2, a flip of a coin. That's the same chance we'll experience a mental illness by the time we're 40. $1 a day can help change those odds.
Ho, 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 ho. Hey, kids, it's that time of year. Join us on Rogers TV for Talk to Santa. Give us a call and we'll have a chat. Ho, 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 ho.
Welcome back to Grey County Life on Rogers TV. It's hockey time at Grey County. Woohoo! We're in form.
We are, all of us, and we are so pleased and so excited to have Jen Wright, who is the Events and Activation Coordinator for the City of Owen Sound, and Rhonda Brown, and Rhonda White, who is the branch manager for Scotiabank. And it is such a pleasure. And this is really going to happen, Hockey Day, Scotiabank, Hockey Day in Canada. So, Jen, why don't we start with you, and you give us an idea of what is going to be happening really soon.
For sure. So January the 18th to the 21st, 2023, Scotiabank Hockey Day in Canada comes to Owen Sound, and we are absolutely thrilled. This is third time in the making, and I keep saying third time is a charm, right, Rhonda?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
It is happening. So we've got lots of different events happening throughout the week where people can get up close and personal to alumni, NHL alumni hockey players, to the Stanley Cup. And we've got free events, ticketed events, lots of different hockey-related activations happening throughout the week. So we are really, really excited.
Oh, wonderful. And there's so much for the community. And Rhonda, how did Scotiabank anchor this wonderful event?
Yeah, so Scotiabank is doing this event for a number of years. And when they first approached Owen Sound, it was a great connection. And Scotiabank is big on sponsorship of hockey. Especially our program Hockey for All is what we really focus on.
What is that?
So Hockey for All is we want to make sure that everybody has a chance to play hockey, who's wanting to play hockey. Diversion and inclusion, welcoming people into the dressing room, boys, girls, just making sure if they need money for funding, that everyone has a chance to play hockey.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. So what does that look like in our community?
Yeah, so in our community, Scotiabank, we do sponsor minor hockey. We give them a certain amount each year, and we've been doing that for the past, I think this will be likely my 8th or 9th year, supporting local, which is very good because we get to support our local community on an individual basis. So any of my branches around us, we're allotted a certain amount of money, and we give that to our hockey community. So.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is such a huge event, the Scotiabank Hockey Day in Owen Sound. And I believe it's the 23rd event that has been put on over the years. So great job to Scotiabank. But Jen, you're the anchor here in planning all these events.
Well, I always say though, it takes a team. It's not just myself. There's many people at City Hall, with Scotiabank, with Sportsnet, with Rogers TV, who are all involved in making this happen. So I am not the one to take the credit. It's just a great team of people that have been working on this for a long time. So we are all very excited to see it all come to fruition and to bring it to Owen Sound. And some of the great things, like I am so happy about them being involved in the school level. So they're visiting 3 schools in Owen Sound with the NHL taking the cup. They're going to do a Q&A period. And then they're also going out to Meaford. Cassie Campbell's going to be heading to Meaford to GBCS over there to do, I think it's an introduction to the new book they've got coming out. So we're excited, the Hockey for All book coming out. Yep. So excited about that. So it's great that they've really touched, like when they brought it to Owen Sound, it's not just about the event. They're touching the youth with the clinics and the school visits, and really reaching out to those kids who, it's not just about hockey. It's about taking that idea about the diverse and the inclusiveness to all levels of sports. So, and to practical life experience, right? Sure. So, but yeah, we've got lots going on. They've got lots going on. So we've got lots going on.
One of the things that I really liked was that, I mean, this is sort of a fan base. Like we're a hockey town, and everybody loves hockey. But there are some folks who enjoy a hockey game once in a while, but not necessarily immersed in it. So what you have is the music of hockey, which is inclusive for folks who just want to enjoy the sport kind of from the sidelines.
Yeah, for sure. So on the Wednesday night, we start off with the Roxy Theatre for Music of Hockey. So we've got some very talented musicians coming that are part of the Sportsnet world and the Rogers TV world. But we also have some fabulous local musicians. So Tyler Beckett and Rob Elder have written, have written a hockey song that will be revealed that night. As well as the Rock the Sound Choir will be opening the event for us. So we're really excited. The Dave Bandini Band will be at the Roxy, and I believe there's only like 4 tickets left for that show. So if anybody's interested in grabbing those last few tickets, to roxytheater.ca. And then we move along to the rest of the week of hockey.
Wow.
Clinics.
Premiering a hockey song out of our hometown.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
You just never know. This could reach the same status as, Stomping Tom's hockey
Yeah, well,
song.
you never know.
That's the song that pops into our heads, right? When you think hockey music, that's exactly what I think of. So who knows? Wouldn't that be amazing?
But if you're looking for experience Christmas gifts, as this is a great thing to get tickets for family members and give them the tickets as a Christmas gift, and then something to look forward to in January.
Yep, for sure. They've got tickets still left for the PWHPA and the OUA, which is the university level and professional level women's hockey games on Saturday. So there's lots of tickets for that left, as well as the alumni game that's happening on the Friday evening. So if you want to go and watch some really great hockey, I'm really looking forward to the women's games because we just don't get that opportunity. And for girls to go and watch those games is absolutely, fantastic, right? Yeah. And for everybody, it's a great opportunity. And then the hockey clinics are running Wednesdays and Thursdays. They're doing a referee clinic, a minor clinic. They're doing Toronto Maple Leafs clinic. There's so much happening that Thursday and Friday at the Bayshore.
My 2 granddaughters play hockey, so it's great for them to see role models. The other thing too is not only do you have ticketed events, but you also have a free event.
Ooh. For sure. And Rhonda, do you want to talk about Harrison Park?
Perfect. Yeah. So Harrison Park is the free event. That's it's going to be exciting for everybody, right? So from all ages with skating. Ron McLean will be there. There's going to be some clinics, and we're just going to make it fun for everybody. So years ago we hosted another hometown hockey, and it's the same thing. Everybody came out and enjoyed the event, right? And there's lots of stuff for everybody to do for free.
Yeah, and that's on the Saturday, January 21st at Harrison Park, and running 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. And they're going to have the Stanley Cup, opportunities for kids to get autographs from the NHL that are alumni that are there. We'll have some food. The Harrison Park Inn will be open for food as well. So lots of great, exciting things happening down at the park.
It would be the place to be that weekend.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And keep watching for details. The best place to get up-to-date information is owensound.ca/hockey day. And we will be posting how to get there. So we're going to be running some free shuttle services to the park so people can park at different locations, take the shuttle into the park and out. So keep an eye on our website for upcoming details about that. It'll be released in the next few weeks.
That is such a great idea to have a shuttle back and forth, particularly if there are folks who live in the Owen Sound, like in the city of Owen Sound, or maybe on the outskirts, where the bus service or walking down would just be too much. Yep. And so now is the shuttle service at no cost, or do you?
Yep, it'll be a free shuttle service to everybody.
Free. Okay, wow. That is. Really inclusive for our community.
Oh, for sure. And, we're hoping that anybody who is needing, mobility access, that the mobility buses will be running that day as well. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And when is the Stanley Cup? Is it the parade?
So
when is that?
So that's at around 10:30 on the Saturday morning. It's going to leave your parking lot at Scotiabank. We're excited. And it is going to be, I think I can release it now, or maybe I should keep it a secret, but it will be transported on the Stanley Cup will be transported on something that's big and red, and it will head down to Harrison Park. So, and then it will do the opening ceremonies there. So,
my.
We are very excited.
So that's an
Yes.
exclusive here on Great County Live.
Yes, and so you can watch it leave from the Scotiabank back parking lot, but you can also park there. That's going to be one of our shuttle stops. So you'll be able to park there, get on a bus, and follow that Stanley Cup right into Harrison Park that morning. So it's exciting.
It's exciting, very
It's going to
exciting.
be a crazy, busy, fun, exciting weekend in Owen Sound.
And your front windows are all done
Yes.
now. If you haven't been by the Scotiabank downtown Owen Sound in the River District, you have to go by. It looks fabulous.
You have to check out the windows. They're fabulous. Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to want to keep those up for a while.
I am. I don't want to get rid of them. Yeah. And it's all about hockey for all. So it's 2 children on the window, which is fabulous. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there an artist involved?
I'm not too sure where they came from. I think it's just like we have a different one than we did last year. So it was nice that they brought a different one in instead of having the same one to kind of repeat that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So this is exciting that we have a brand new sign and it advertises the dates and everything. So it's really something to look at for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, so it looks like you've covered everything. Is there anything else?
I do. I have one other thing. We are in need of volunteers.
Okay.
So lots of different opportunities for people to get involved, whether you want to be out in the cold at Harrison Park, or if you'd like to be cozy and warm, helping with the banquet setup or with ushers for some of the games and some of the clinics. We would love to have your help. So it's really easy to do. If you just go to that website, owensound.ca/hockey day, at the very bottom of the page, there's a link for volunteer opportunities, and that'll come straight through to me, and I will get in touch. And then everybody gets sent out a link with all of the time slots and opportunities and tasks so that they know what they're getting themselves into and what their involvement would be. So we are still needing volunteers. So if you're out there and you're interested in volunteering for us, you love hockey, it's a great opportunity to get up close and personal with some of those VIPs. So yeah, let us know.
I'm also wondering, is there another way of getting in touch with you if you don't have a computer?
For sure. You can just call the office, 376-4440, extension 1237, or just ask for me when it goes through to the operator.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. I did find out that there are a few people in Owen Sound who do not have computers, but still want to be engaged.
Yeah, for sure. Love to hear from you.
Okay.
The volunteer positions, would that be an opportunity for our youth that need their volunteer hours for their diploma?
For sure, I've got several opportunities for them, and we actually have quite a few kids who have reached out already to help out and to volunteer. So it's the same process, and we align them with a task that they feel comfortable doing, feel safe doing, and we have other kids that'll be with them as well.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be excited.
Yes. Yeah.
But there was something that you mentioned just a minute ago, and you said something about a banquet.
Yeah, so we do have the alumni banquet that happens on the Thursday evening. And we have got our alumni that are there. We've got some of our sponsors. We've sold many of the banquet tables to local businesses and folks who wanted to attend. But yeah, it's a pretty much sold out already. It was
Wow.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard because this is our third time, right? So the list has grown, and it's hard not to have any extra tables at the end of it because it's 3 years in the making, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and we have to thank the local community for the people that have helped us with sponsorship. So, because that's been a couple years in the making for them too, and it was nice that they continue to stay on board with us. So, which was nice.
For sure. We've got all of our sponsors posted on the website, and they're all going to be very well involved in the event and at Harrison Park and different activations throughout the week.
Well, one of the things that we value so much about our community is how businesses come together for any of the special events and support whatever is happening. And one of the things that Rhonda and I do frequently is that we encourage the community to shop local, because these are the businesses that support your events, and we want the folks in the community to support the businesses by shopping at their place of business, to keep them connected to the community so that they have the funds to donate their time, their energy, and their money.
Exactly. It's really important.
Yeah.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
very important.
Because those are the businesses that give back to our community with the minor sports, whether it be hockey or fastball or lacrosse, anything. Those are the people that are giving back to our community. So it's nice that everybody supports their local.
Yeah, and I'd love to give a shout out too. We've got a local organizing committee, Jim McManaman, Denise Reed, and Fred Walls from Bayshore Broadcasting. Those three have been integral in the very beginning of the process. Denise is working on hockey clinics, getting all those organized. She's helping Rhonda with the hot stove at Scotiabank for the youth. And Fred, of course, is working on all of the radio promotions, but he's also helping with Music of Hockey and a few other parts and pieces. And Jim is our Harrison Park site guy for the free event happening on the Saturday, as well as he's in charge of orchestrating the Stanley Cup through the parade. So shout out to those three and our staff at City Hall. We've all been working diligently and really hard for the last while to get this going. So yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, it's amazing to have it all come together, and the amount of work and man hours behind the scenes of these events. It's astounding, and the coordination. It's kudos to you guys for sticking with it.
It's all worth it in the long run.
Yeah,
it's for sure.
Do we want to mention a few of the alumni that we know are coming?
Sure, let's do it.
So on your end, you've got
we've got Darcy Tucker
and Lanny McDonald. And Cassie Campbell will be here. Wow. And then we've got a few local celebrities. So Theo Peckham, Dolly Meggs, Alan Heppel, Lane and Jeff McDermott, Nathan Perrow, Tony Curry, Daniel Zweep, Tori Harshman, and Andrew Shaw. That will be all playing in the alumni game. And there's still about 6 or 7 more to fill. But that's Fred's working on that to get those players ready. So yeah, we're excited. It's going to be an exciting, exhausting week, but I think at the end of the day, we're going to be able to support our youth minor hockey. Yep. The Canadian Mental Health is also involved, the Owen Sound Hospitals Foundation with the Breakfast with the Cup. So just really trying to involve the local charitable organizations as well that we can support.
Well, I mean, Owen Sound is on the map for so many other activities, but I think we've just kind of got to the top.
Yep, we have. So don't forget, owensound.ca/hockey day. It has everything that you need to know on that website.
Fantastic. Well, I think everybody in Owen Sound is going to be looking forward to that weekend in Owen Sound for Scotiabank Hockey Day in Canada. We know that it's going to be a fantastic weekend. But we will be back after these messages with more Grey County on Rogers, Grey County Life on Rogers.
Treaty in Cree is Naskomitoin, an oral agreement. And our agreements were always spoken. For George Spence, the core of treaty was Wichihioin, to help one another.
And so we, the commissioners...
He was there for the making of Treaty 9, where the Cree were told...
We will honor this agreement together, for as long as the sun shines and the waters flow.
The Cree made their mark because they were assured that the land would be shared, and they would always be able to harvest what they needed. George Spence was my great-grandfather. In his life, he saw many promises of the treaty go unfulfilled.
Treaties were essential to the creation of Canada. First Nations still fight for the agreements to be honored.
Lovely viewers, it's your host of On the Couch, Antoine El Hashim, reminding you to tune in for every episode of Season 9 of the longest running and most loved local queer talk show on Rogers TV. Check it out.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
Life on Rogers TV. Boy, oh boy, that weekend in January, I think it's kind of the perfect timing because it's a little bit of rest after the Christmas holidays or the holiday season, and then it's hockey, hockey, hockey. It's going to be a fabulous weekend in Owen Sound. What are we going to talk about now, Mary Jane?
Well, once again, we always have spectacular guests who come on to our show to tell us about all the interesting things that are happening. And one of my favorite things is the Harmony Center. That initially was the church that we attended as a family, and now it's turned into this magnificent center of social activity, and it's so vibrant. And we have Barry Randall and Ken Moyes, who are board members for the Harmony Center, and you're going to tell us all about all the good stuff that goes on there. So why don't we start with Barry?
Okay, well, thanks for having us, and it's good to follow up Hockey Day in Canada and learn all about that. It's going to be an exciting time. I had the good fortune, I moved up from Walkerton just a few years ago and moved my office when I was still working into the Harmony Center because I had a connection with Lee Graves, who's one of the founders there, and I realized that, this was a former church, but it had office spaces for social enterprise type businesses and whatnot, and I worked with a not-for-profit group, so we moved the Grey Bruce Sustainability Network office into the Harmony Center in Owen Sound, and for a few years before I retired just a couple of years ago, had the great literally privilege of working, having an office and going every day to this, we'll call it an old church, but I think it had a piano in every room, so when I didn't feel like working, I could just go play a grand piano in the auditorium, but also it exposed me to a range of other organizations that had offices there and still do, the Big Brothers Big Sisters, and met those kinds of folks, but also over the years in the lower level where the kitchen is, for I think the first 8 or 9 years, O'Share, the Owen Sound Soup Kitchen, was in the basement there, so it serviced really a community in need in Owen Sound, and they've since moved out. But and so more recently, the building, and I think COVID obviously has an impact on lots of businesses and things. But during that time, we were able to receive some funding to do all kinds of renovations. Kevin's going to talk more about that. But the building continues to house businesses and social enterprises, special events, but most importantly, I think, as a musician, musical events. So we've also just recently done some renovations that have set up what is now the auditorium to be a fabulous venue for live broadcasts, and Kevin's going to talk more about that. And regretfully, I've retired, and so I don't get to walk there every day from 3 blocks down, but as a board member, I have the privilege of working with another 10 or so people to help ensure that this facility is well occupied and continues to be a great downtown source of inspiration for musicians and other businesses. So I'm not sure what other questions you have, but I know Kevin's got lots more details on the renovations and things like that.
Well, why don't we just ask Kevin to tell us about the renovations?
Sure.
And I really, really hope that you've upgraded the washrooms.
Yeah. Well, we try to do a little bit all the time. In fact, there's a regular crew of people headed up by Frank Greaves every week that go in and do upgrades and renovations and keep the building in very good condition. And we're always looking and striving to get support to do other things, to bring things in place to service accessibility, of course, which is always so important. And I think over the years, the Harmony Center has done a lot to do service the community with accessibility. There are ramps, we've got plans going forward right now for more automated doors and that sort of thing. Very expensive undertakings, but necessary all the same. And But the one thing about the building is it has such a long history with this community. I'm retired almost 8 years now, and I remember as a child in public school going to that building for the Kiwanis Music Festival every year. And it was a huge memory for me of the old pews and the way it was designed. But the wonderful aspect is the almost perfect acoustics in the building. And in my hobby years and now more full-time for me, I've become an audiovisual technologist, and I enjoy working with sound and audio, and that's what his interest and drew me to the facility. And we've been fortunate enough to receive funding to get multi-camera installations to do live streaming. That was thanks to COVID that happened. The provincial government helped us out with getting that system going in there so we could live stream people's events. And then we were fortunate enough to make a purchase on a sound system from the Roxy Theatre, which was because they were upgrading to a big new system for the same purpose from COVID and so forth. And so we've installed the former system, which is still in tip-top shape, and it's now really given us a wonderful theater experience in there, and we're hoping to do more with the theater to bring more shows. So, and then with stage work and that sort of thing. So the other part that Barry had mentioned was the renovations. The Harmony Center's been very fortunate with Lee, very active in the granting community, and we've been very successful in getting support to replace all of the operating windows, which was a large undertaking. And we've also, in a more greening type of endeavor, we've converted. We have an old boiler system in there which still works, but she's a gas guzzler for sure. And we're trying to lower our carbon footprint. And so we've moved on to heat pumps and newer technology. And we've got that being installed all throughout the whole building right now, and hopefully shortly to the auditorium as well. And that will give our patrons the opportunity to have cool performances in the summer and very good heat and so forth in the winter. So that's all exciting things that are happening. We have office spaces in there for nonprofits and other community type needs, and they have all got individual controls now on their environment in there as well. So it's...
You have a couple of upcoming events. I just want to make sure that we, get a couple of things in here, because it's such a multifunctional building now that you can do all kinds of different things. And one of them, I believe, involves Charlie Brown.
Yeah, and I did want to say up front that one of the great additions to the Harmony Center was the addition of a staff person. So for many years with the volunteer board members and whatnot doing over. So Amy is on board as a staff person, and she sent her regrets today because of some family situations. So she knows a lot more about all these events than we do, but raise your hand if you've been to a Charlie Brown Christmas concert.
Yeah.
Have you?
I have not.
Okay, you raised your hand. I thought maybe you had, but...
Well, I saw one in the, it wasn't a Christmas concert, but it was a Charlie Brown play, but it was in the summertime.
Well, I'm sure they're connected, because the Charlie Brown concert happens all over the place with different performers and whatnot. But it's a family-focused event where there's treats and cookies and milk after the event, and there's a whole music component of it. So I think in former years, as well as this year, Tyler Wagner and Adam Bowman and Duncan Wilson will be creating a series of songs that everybody can participate in and that sort of thing. So it's a real family event, and it happens 2 p.m. on December 18th. Which day of the week is that?
Saturday.
Saturday, that makes total sense.
Saturday?
Yeah, I believe it
Saturday, December 18th at 2 p.m. And
There
it's
you
a
go.
pay what you can.
It's a pay what you can, and
it's in regard to our 10 for 10 program,
That's right.
which Harmony Center is celebrating 10 years now in existence. So in celebration of that, we've offered a series of concerts and performances and other events over the next while. We haven't announced them all, but this was the second one, I believe, that we've done now. that's coming up, and it is a pay what you can, because we want to give a little bit back to the community if possible, but we certainly support or appreciate the support if people can buy a ticket. But it gives a chance for the community at large, not just the older folks. I mean, this is for young people and old alike, and a wonderful situation in Charlotte. I think there's a choir that performs with the group as well, so it's a kind of an integrated, interactive performance as well.
Yeah, and the harmonycenter.ca website is where you can go to get tickets, and as you say, you can pay what you can at the door or buy tickets online.
Okay.
So, and the unique bit about, as Kevin's mentioned, the auditorium is, and I've heard this, and I've visited other venues around, that it's one of the best acoustic venues, and it seats 700 people, so maximum, you know. So the other piece that we're doing some fundraising for, and it connects to the transformation of that space into a different kind of performance venue than it was in the long past, is removing some of the upfront pews and replacing them with professional seats that are they're movable. So if you want to have a dance, or if you want to do other kinds of arrangements of the crowd in front of the new stage, you can do that. So that's another opportunity, a fundraising opportunity that we're looking for. And as a charitable organization, you make a donation to the Harmony Center, and of course you get a 100% tax receipt for that. So it's donating to a community cause, and annually the fundraising that we do, a lot of the donations do come from people that appreciate what this venue is doing for the community and make a donation. So I think obviously there's a year end coming up, so just a final sort of push for that, and that donation supports everything from young children. There's an organization called the Big Sound that I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they have their space there, and they're a not-for-profit organization. I don't know if they're charitable, but not-for-profit, that facilitates young people learning instrumental music. So their space, which I just got a tour of the other day, is filled with collections of violins and cellos and drum kits and things like that, that give kids that maybe otherwise couldn't afford these things a chance to. Have you ever tried a violin?
I have. It was very, very bad sound that came out of it.
Some, it can be, it does hurt the ear a little bit.
Just
but
a little.
If you earplug, that's the trick. But if you start when you're little, then you kind of get used to it.
And you can make beautiful sounds with them. I mean, that's one of my favorite instruments, but yes, not so good when you're not
anyway,
musical.
so there's lots of different possibilities there, and as Kevin said, our 10 for 10 series of events, I think we're still open to having people approach us and say, we'd like to be part of this and give back to the community and host an event that could be part of it. And it's not like we're trying to invent all these events, and so it's a community space meant to be used by the community and for the community.
Well, I love the location. Like the location it's not quite in the middle of downtown, but it's just that block north.
It's close enough.
It is close enough, and it's walkable.
That's right.
Because in so many cases where you have folks who may not have cars or may not have transportation, you can walk to this building, and it's in a really great location for a centralized, I think, location.
Corner of 9th Street and 4th Avenue.
Right across from the United Way.
Right across from the United Way, which for me was a very interesting thing when I had my office there, because I did a lot of, I did work in the food security side of things. So United Way, and that's a fabulous building that they occupy, and lots of different things going on there. So it's a good hub in the downtown, and there are other hubs in the downtown. So it's an exciting city, small city, to be part of these days, because there's lots of great music going on downtown, and lots of great music at the Harmony Center and other locations, and lots of interesting new businesses starting up.
It's wonderful that it's being repurposed. It's a building that has a lot of significant history attachment to the city. It's one of the older buildings of the city from the 1800s, and structurally it's very, very sound. And as many churches have experienced loss of congregation over the years, that church was really in a precarious situation that it might have, had not for the Greaves coming along to purchase that building, it may have fallen under the wrecking ball. So it's just wonderful that we haven't lost another beautiful historic building in this city, and it remains and is now repurposed for community use, and I think it is just has potential to grow so much more as well. It's got the bones that it should be there for another 100 years easily.
Well, I'm grateful, actually, quite grateful. I was quite sad to see the congregation decline, but I'm so grateful now because it is vibrant and it's bringing community, and it brings people of all faiths and all interest levels and all socioeconomic
status.
Area
Community,
of it. So it has just now become so vibrant, and I think, as you mentioned, it's going to be that like that for another 100 years.
And I think, just to make the point again, that there are opportunities, whether you are hosting an event or whether you're looking for an office space in the downtown, to connect with the Harmony Centre, harmonycentre.ca, and Amy, our new staff person, will just give you a tour and expose you to the potential of, it's not like going to work every day, It's like, oh, I get to go to my office at the Harmony Centre and play the piano if I want.
One of the things we talked about in the lobby was the family gathering opportunity, because our families are expanding, and our houses are not. And you could actually rent that space for a family gathering. I thought it was brilliant. I never thought of that before.
Well, especially the lower level where the certified kitchen is, and I think that a private gathering, and I play music and things like that, and we've often, this is not enough room in our house, let's go do it, and pay a minimal fee to use that space and take responsibility for it, but you can have food and that sort of thing. So there's all kinds of possibilities for community use.
Well, never think about that. So I'm glad you brought that up. The Harmony Centre, a historical building, as you say, it does take a lot of effort and group effort to keep them going and viable. So thank you so much for coming in today to remind us of this beautiful gem we have right downtown Owen Sound. And wow, boy, time goes fast, doesn't it? 10 years, gosh.
Come and visit us.
Yeah, absolutely. It is
Charlie Brown Christmas.
Charlie Brown Christmas on December the 18th down at the Harmony Centre. You can get your tickets and come see this beautiful spot we have right downtown. Thanks so much, Kevin and Barry.
You're very welcome.
We'll be back after these messages on Grey County Life. Don't forget to tune in to Grey County Life on Rogers TV next week.
We have a spectacular Christmas show planned for you.
Hi, I'm Krista McKee of Wandering Grey Bruce. This season we will be meeting some really interesting people. We're going to go visit Thornbury in the Clarksburg area, just to name a few. We will be going glamping, learning about some garlic, and checking out some live edge furniture.
And you can see all the little wormholes in here.
And it's smooth. Watch us on Rogers TV or online.
Piper Post here with me for Nights. Tune in on Fridays at 5 to watch Night Hockey. Alessandro Supino here with Nice Hockey. Tune in to Rogers TV, 5 o'clock on Friday for the game.
Welcome back to Grey County Life on Rogers TV. It's everybody's favorite segment, Adorable Adoptables with Renee. And we have some special guests in the house today. Hi. And who is this, Miss Renee?
Well, this is Lincoln. This is Todd. Todd doesn't want to talk to anybody. He doesn't want us to acknowledge him. He's here. Yeah, that's the way.
And he is not up for adoption.
He's not, well, I mean, maybe. Lincoln, as you can see, is rather rambunctious. Remember that time we had this hound on here and it bounced all over the place and he was a problem? Todd's my dog holder today. In the event we run into those sort of problems, he can deal with the dogs.
Perfect.
Lincoln, although very busy and active and talkative, is actually a little bit older. This fella is 8 years old.
Oh my gosh, you get the sense of a puppy here.
No
yeah.
kidding.
Energy.
He is 8, he is neutered, he's fully vaccinated, and he's been a house dog. And I have to say that because the hounds have a bad reputation for being outside, tied to a tree, hunting dogs. That is not the life he's had. He's been in a house. He's used to laying on the couch. He's used to long walks, exploring the neighborhood. Very much a family pet and has been with children.
Yeah. He is the most beautiful, friendly face.
He is, and he's really missing his people. The reason he's here today is that he's only been with a couple of years, and he's sad about it. So we want to see him move the heck out of there. Also, because this sound is terrible. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He is the perfect pet. Yeah, for somebody who likes walks, who likes to be active and hike and go exploring. Because, it is your favorite thing to do too. He is already vetted as well, which is a huge bonus. With that neuter already taken care of and the vaccines and everything up to date, you saved yourself money. And his training has already been done as well. Except for this business. You want a cookie? I don't
He
have
just
one,
wants
but
to
it's
be
a
part of the
magnet.
conversation.
I know.
His coloring, though, he looks like he's been dipped in the snow. Like it's his underside and his feet and his legs that are all kind of white and he's a really
gorgeous.
pretty
they call
guy.
that color blue tick. Apparently he loves it as well. You're not doing a very good job in quieting the
It's okay. It's okay, Lincoln.
Oh gosh, he is
He's a good
with
boy.
cats.
Yes.
And he's good with dogs. Yeah, and he loves to have a buddy around. So a dog, to keep him company would be great. Lots of exercise, lots of attention. He's been kind of spoiled. Yeah, and that's part of this, isn't it?
I think he's got huge personality.
He sure does.
He's like, I am here.
It's not a dog for an apartment. No, not an apartment dog.
No.
But you might need an acre or two.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I imagine him, sitting on a porch with the swing or the tire swing.
Yes.
You know, maybe there's like rabbits in the cornfield. This is what I imagine for him, and we'd love to see that. Okay. I'm just going to keep rubbing your ear. I'm just going to keep rubbing your ears.
What we've found in the past is that dogs, animals with these huge personalities seem to attract the best owners.
That's what we're hoping, right, buddy?
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping.
You know, we always have such good news with the animals with the big personalities.
Good.
Because we've got people out there just looking for a pet with a big personality to go with theirs.
Yep, and there is an advantage to his older age, especially that he's still active. You don't necessarily need to know where you're going to be in 10 years. Because, he might not be in 10 years.
We don't last forever.
We didn't want to talk about that. Sometimes people adopt older pets for that simple reason. They know where they're going to be for the next 5. They know where they're going to be for the next 7. Beyond that, maybe they want to travel, see the world, do some stuff that doesn't involve a dog.
So definitely we need that. I know. You know, you'd be absolutely perfect in a place where you needed to speak all the time. I mean, that'd be perfect for you. Maybe you should stay here and be a star.
We do like chatty people.
I can stay and talk. So there are definitely advantages to that. Physically, he's in fantastic shape. Yeah, you are. His voice is really good. He's got no health concerns, no issues, and shouldn't as he ages. Maybe a bit of arthritis, but beyond that, I mean, there's not anything. No, nothing that we all get.
We can't fault anybody for arthritis because we're all heading down that path. Absolutely.
Oh, we got a phone ringing. This is your best day, buddy. It's going to stop now because it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. You didn't turn it off. Just let it go. It's gone.
I don't think Todd's going to be allowed to come back.
No, he's not fighting the dog. His pocket is ringing. This is a disaster. It's great. Oh gosh. He's my silent partner. No. Never work with your spouse.
I do want to ask, how are your sock treats?
Yes,
going?
thank you for asking. They are selling. We still have some left. Maybe you're going to get one. Maybe. Yeah, talk to Todd. There you go. They are selling. There are limited supplies left. We just had a giant order come in for like 60, which is fantastic.
That's awesome.
But we have some. So if you're still looking, call me. But don't wait. Call me soon.
Yep.
Because they are running out.
If you're looking for a Christmas treat for somebody, this is the time.
Call me.
Yeah.
And not you for Christmas. I'm sorry. We want to see you go home for Christmas, but we don't want you to be somebody's Christmas treat. That would be a surprise. Can you imagine?
We got,
Be a surprise. But we should probably mention that with adoptions, we do discourage Christmas gift pets. We can certainly help you if you are looking for a Christmas gift pet, in that we will provide you with a gift certificate instead. We want you to do the right thing, to pick up the pets properly, bring your kids, talk about the family decisions, and the reason we do that, Santa can bring you a gift certificate. Santa doesn't have to bring you a pet, and we love that idea. Also because I think you'd knock the tree down. Yeah. Also that too. And the children would
be hard to hide this one.
Yes. I think if you got the gift certificate, then it gives the family a chance to make that choice.
Absolutely.
It's not being done for them.
Exactly.
Particularly if it's children picking out their own. I think. And then it just gives them that sense that I've made the choice. This is my gift, and I get to choose.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to teach about responsibility and doing things proper. And unfortunately, when Santa brings the pet, he doesn't always teach those sort of things. So we want it to be proper. And the idea is to provide education at the same time. Additionally, you can always sponsor an animal at the shelter as a gift. You can certainly provide us with things that we need as well as a gift to someone. We'll gladly take a picture for you.
Yep, that's a great idea. Thank you so much for coming in today, Mr. Lincoln. You're a treat and a half. And sponsor a pet at the animal shelter for Christmas is a fabulous idea. We will see you next week on Grey County Life on Rogers TV.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
From coast to coast, all across Canada, there's something very special going on. It's time to show your support. Time to spread the word.